Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a very easy way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving 2 or 3 comments, or by telling me what you're currently doing that doesn't make any sense. Tell me, oh yeah, that's a good one. Tell me how high you think Bitcoin will be by the end of this year. I would love to see exactly what everyone has to say. And also, if you can't see me that well, it is like mega sunny here today, so I always film with natural sunlight. So if you can't see me, just listen to my words. I don't know really what else to tell you. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. There's a lot of news today. Normally, we get a lot of crazy news, but now there's extra news from the other. PayPal gave the entire Bitcoin market a boost in March when it launched a new checkout with crypto option that lets customers pay merchants in cryptocurrencies. Jeez Louise, it is hot. Now the payment giant is poised to expand the reach of Bitcoin still even further with a new crypto feature inside its popular peer-to-peer payment app known as Venmo. On Tuesday, PayPal announced it had begun rolling out a crypto button for its 77 million Venmo users. The button will let you that's crazy. You'll be able to purchase crypto for as little as $1 worth of crypto, which is absolutely insane because I like these things because it allows more people to be able to get into the market. A lot of times people do think that if they wanted to get into crypto or any other market that they usually need 1,000, 10,000, 5,000, the really big amounts. $1 is very accessible to a very large amount of people. And you will be able to buy as little as $1 of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or Bcash and send it to a friend on the app. This news is incredibly popular at the moment. I could not get away from it. I think I saw this on about 15 different websites. The news just came out. It says, introducing crypto on Venmo. I assume this will do extremely well. If they have 77 million users, I assume a lot of people are going to be doing this. A lot of people like the idea of being able to buy, just in general, like in smaller amounts and more frequently as well. So I think we're going to get a lot of people. Now here's a good one. Years ago, before I even got into crypto, when I was just into finance and stuff like that, I remember watching a lot of videos online, and there were a couple of people who were saying the way that they were able to actually boost up their portfolios at the time when they first began is that, a lot of times we walk into a store and we buy stuff that we shouldn't be buying, or you see that candy bar and you go, oh boy, I really want that candy bar. So instead of them doing that, they said if they would kind of tally up in the store the things that they would have purchased otherwise, and it was like $7.25, and they would actually put that into a stock or into some other type of financial thing, and it made them quite wealthy. So I think we're going to see a lot of people who are going to be testing their own will and their own strength, going into a store, realizing what you don't need and saying, well, I would have spent that anyway. Let me put that towards an investment, which is kind of good. You shouldn't be eating. Anyway, that's the PayPal news. It is all over the place. Could not escape it. What's also this one? Yeah, same exact thing. Breaking. PayPal owned Venmo adds crypto buy and sell option. Hopefully the people buying understand what's currently taking place and they don't immediately sell so that they can at least make some monies. Anyway, that's the PayPal news. A lot of people are getting quite excited about this. And let's move on. Next up, following numerous delays, internal changes and rebranding, Facebook's cryptocurrency project could be launched by the end of this year. This was reported by CNBC ABC. It will start small with a single stablecoin, focusing on transactions between individual customers. For those of you who do not know, did not hear, were unaware, many years ago, Facebook tried to launch their own cryptocurrency. It didn't work out too well because what happened was that Facebook, the idea was that Facebook, I believe, has, 1.72 billion users. I don't know the exact number. Maybe it says it on the screen. Nope. The entire point is they have billions of people on their platform. They announced that they were going to be making their own cryptocurrency. There was some report that they had originally liked to have the idea of using Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was too slow for what they wanted to do. So they decided to launch something called Libra. The next day, all HE double hockey sticks completely broke loose because regulators realized exactly what was going on. You know, when we talk about like the really big banks and how many customers they have, it's usually like, you know, like 75 million, 25 million, maybe even 100 million people across the globe. Now imagine having the biggest bank having 100 million people. Now imagine Facebook having 2 billion and them launching their own cryptocurrency. That would have made them the largest bank on the planet like that. If you think regulators and banks have a problem with stable coins, just imagine Facebook becoming the largest bank overnight. So it was a gigantic no from regulators. And I mean, it was completely crazy across the board. Regulators even stopped, they forgot the name Bitcoin for about a good 6 months. All they cared about was Libra. There were Senate hearings, congressional hearings. There were talk from Russia and China and India that they were going to ban it completely outright. How dare you even think about making this thing? So then they had another idea that they would simply, I think, launch stable coins. So Libra itself is meant to be a pegged stable coin, but the idea was, well, maybe regulators will be okay if we launch a US dollar, a euro, a yen, and I forgot the fourth currency as a stable coin first. I guess that was also a no-go because once again, geez Louise, once again, you still have 2 billion people on your platform using your, digital version of the US dollar, but how does the actual US dollar benefit from this? It doesn't. So in 2019 is when they announced this. We were told that it would have that it was going to be released by the end of 2019. Nope, didn't happen. 2020 happened. We all know what happened in 2020. And then there was just no Libra. And then they rebranded to DIEM. And that's kind of all we heard. I think the last news that we actually got from Facebook or DIEM or Libra was that they were, I think, planning on launching in Q1 of this year. Well, that's just about gone, so that's not happening anymore. So it's kind of the same Coinbase kind of news. Coinbase going public, and therefore everyone will know stock marketly and economically what Coinbase is, and therefore Bitcoin could have a big push forward. The idea was kind of the same for Facebook. The idea is that eventually, because they planned on releasing a Libra wallet. I think it was called like Calibrum. I don't know, who cares? And they said they were going to add multiple currencies, and the idea was that they would eventually add Bitcoin as well to it. So we'll see exactly what happens as time goes on. This was also very popular news. I think people have kind of stopped caring. Not to be a Debbie Downer. I don't know why I would be a Debbie Downer for Facebook, but it's more like sure, go for it. I assume when this does come out, it's going to be a hyper watered down version of what it was previously going to be. But of course, behind the scenes, Facebook is still going to try and become a large bank on this planet, and I think it will mostly succeed. But if we end up ever, logic, getting to some really crazy Bitcoin prices, I think these things will fall into obscurity the same exact way many other fiat currencies will. Is this the same thing? Nope, that's also something else. Anyway, that's the Facebook news. Good for them. I hope they Facebook it up and that they Libra or whatever it's called now, DM. Who cares? Anyway, that's just being honest. They should have done this 2 years ago. I wonder what would have happened. I really wonder if they had not even announced it and simply had rolled it out. What would have happened? Because I think the announcing was kind of a big no. But anyway, it's Facebook. So shrug. Let's move on. Next up, U.S. banking giant JP Morgan Chase & Co. & Company is hiring blockchain engineers skilled in Ethereum, Corda, and Hyperledger. A job posting on recruitment site Glassdoor has shown. The listing is part of over 64 open positions advertised by the bank as of today in locations ranging from Bangalore to New York, in mainly engineering and development roles. The bank is infamous for shunning Bitcoin and every other cryptocurrency that was in the market for the past many years. but turning a new leaf earlier this year. I wonder why they did that. My speculation is that they've been collecting or accumulating for a very long time. Speculation. Nobody knows if this is true. However, why would you hate us and then love us randomly? Kind of weird, right? When it even said that assets could see a price, that Bitcoin could potentially see a price sometime this year of $138,000. But you hate us, but I know you still love us. The other really important part is, of course they're doing this. For those of you who were not here before for one of my many other videos where I'm sitting here ranting and rambling and I'm trying to get people to understand exactly what's taking place in the world, here's a website. Now at the bottom, it says memberships. It says Hyperledger. It says the Initiative for Cryptocurrencies and Contracts. I think I read that correctly. And this one says Global Blockchain Business Council. Almost like I'm missing. Oh, wait, right here. One of the memberships is with the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Can you guess whose website this is? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it is JP Morgan Chase. What? Because we've known this for years, and I've been trying to tell people for the longest, of course JP Morgan has Bitcoin, of course JP Morgan has Ethereum, because they're part of the ecosystem. For those of you who don't know what the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance is, they are a consortium of about 9 bajillion companies. No, I think it's about, what is it? Like, the last we heard was like 500 companies who basically have come together to basically announce that they're going to be using, they believe in, they're going to be integrating in some sort of way with Ethereum. And I was like, hey, look at the obvious. And people were like, no, man, they're a bank. Banks don't touch crypto because crypto is decentralized. And I'm like, but it's on the screen. No, man, you don't know what you're talking about. And alas, here we are. So the news is JP Morgan has been saying since around 2016 that they hate crypto. It's terrible. It's for the worst people on the planet. And lo and behold, they're there. If you can tell the difference. I said they're there, but you should get it. Anyway, that's the JP Morgan is, of course, into the cryptocurrency space news. I'm pretty sure, speculating, they probably hold Bitcoin, and one can only assume Ethereum. Let's move on. Here we go. Brazil's first crypto ETF debut has been postponed. No, that's crazy. It's postponed by like 4 days, but not because plans have failed whatsoever. The Bank of Brazil is now joining the bandwagon of ETF issuances, following the same steps as Bank Itaú and BTG Pactual. Sure. According to a letter sent by Hashdex to its clients, the state-backed banking institution will be able to offer its customers the possibility of buying the crypto ETF of Hashdex, which will have the ticker of Hashi. Oh, it's Hash11, HASH1. I thought it was Hashi. Anyway, that said, the Bank of Brazil's customers could have exposure by investing in the fund, which will then replicate the Nasdaq Crypto Index, or the NCI. The letter clarifies that the ETF will be released, what? Yes, on the 26th as opposed to the 22nd. So 4 days, who cares? The Hashdex Nasdaq Crypto Index, that was difficult, coordinated by Itaú, BTG Pactual, and Genial, is composed of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, Bcash, and Stellar Lumens. This is now, yep. So the Bank of Brazil is making their own crypto ETF, or going to have exposure to a crypto ETF, or something is being tied to their gigantimous bank. Everyone else is doing it except for one place. Can you guess where? Always the same place. It's been 9 years. Just release it. That was a great song, and I know you loved it as well. So the point is, the Bank of Brazil, they're making their own cryptocurrency ETF. I think it's an okay basket of coins. I mean, I'm not like thrilled by some of the coins, but it's like, sure, why not? Here's the actual press release for it right here. I want to try and read it, but I know it's going to sound crazy. I'll try it. Clientes do Banco do Brasil poderão investir em criptomoedas? I feel like I said that. It looks just like Spanish, so I should be able to read it. Anyway, that's the Bank of Brazil news. Kind of cool. I'm pretty sure we're going to get news in about a day and a half of another bank who's also releasing another ETF, because that seems to be the new trend in the cryptocurrency space. Trying to see how far I could go back. Anyway, that's the Brazil news. And let's move on. What's this one? Oh, billionaire luxury real estate developer Nick Candy is reportedly ready to sell his London penthouse. Oh, thank goodness, I was waiting for this. For 175 million pounds. That is 240 million US dollars. And interestingly, he is willing to consider offers in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he finally did it. According to the report by The Telegraph, the duplex penthouse is part of the luxury residential and retail complex Hyde Park. I remember when they built that. Oh my gosh, it was all over the news. You can go look at it. It's a pretty building. It's pretty. But is it like, $250 million pretty? That's up for you to decide. Anyway, it's located in London's Knightsbridge district. That even sounds fancy. It is 18,000 hot dog. 18,000 square feet. It overlooks Hyde Park, features 5 bedrooms, a swimming pool, a private spa, and a gym. Listen, for $240 million, I need 5 basketball courts in my house. Like, I need to know that I own the entire building. Like, I need everything. You know what you could do? $240 million? You could buy 240 $1 million apartments. $1 million apartment roughly gets you around 5,000 to 6,000, depending on where you are, per month in rent. Now, multiply 6,000 times 240. I think I'd rather have that per month, but that's just me. Anyway, those wishing to pay for the apartment with crypto will need to offer around 4,000 Bitcoin, or around 102,000 Ether. I wish this person the best of luck. I'm not being cynical. I know what it's like to try and sell real estate, so I do wish them best of luck. No. No. Anyway, that's the London trying to sell a really expensive apartment news. $240 million? 4,000 Bitcoin? Listen, stop it. First of all, somebody paid $70 million for a JPEG. I think sky's the limit at this point. Just completely sky's the limit. Anyway, that's the London Big Ben River flag Telegraph news. I was looking for words on the screen. And let's move on. And to finish things off, earlier this week, Delaware-based investment advisory firm Cryptoin, I said that correctly? Cryptoin, filed for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund with the U.S. SEC. Good luck, buddy. The asset management firm filed its first ETF application back in 2019 without much success. However, as institutional interest continues to ramp up and other nations are doing green light crypto-based financial products, the likelihood of approval appears to be high. No, I don't know if they know or not. Among Krypton, major firms such as Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, New York Dig. Oh gosh, what were the other ones? I think it was the CBOE is also trying to launch one. Was it Bloomberg? It was some other really big name who's also trying to launch one. I personally assume, should we ever get an actual Bitcoin ETF, it is going to be this is me. I assume it's either going to be a bank who is launching that ETF, or a major crypto exchange, or a gigantic hedge fund who's going to be doing it. This is why when Fidelity was like, okay, maybe Fidelity might get it, but I don't think it's going to be Cryptoin. I don't mean to sound mean, but just you get what I'm saying, right? They've been building up this hype for so long. Anyway, I saw this news and I just wish them the best, because, it's rough out here in these streets trying to get a Bitcoin ETF going, because the US SEC, for some reason, Maybe they can't spell the letters ETF. I'm not really sure why they haven't approved one yet. Imagine if that was the reason, how terrible that would be. So somebody's like, hey, can you approve this? And they go, we'll look at it later. We don't have time to look at this now. And people keep trying for years. And I know I'm ridiculous. Anyway, that's the ETF news. I just assume... what was the news that we got like a couple days ago? There was some company who was like, yeah, the likelihood of the US SEC actually allowing a Bitcoin ETF is about a good 2 to 3 years away. And I was like, that sounds logical because, you got to move at a snail's pace. The world is, everything's on computers and stuff now, but you still got to make sure to send the facts. Anyway, that's the Cryptoin Bitcoin ETF. US SEC is out here, Okay, anyway, that's news. Yeah, so at the moment, at least at the time of me making this video, the cryptocurrency market looks like it's trying to go higher, but we all know what happens during the course of a day. There's not a lot of logic in this space over here. Dogecoin is finally going down. Happy Doge Day, everyone, because that's not a real thing. Binance coin is up by 4% because Binance coin is Binance coin. It just, the coin is integrated into everything on the platform, so it kind of makes sense. Ethereum is maybe up because of the JP Morgan news, or just, logical because Bitcoin is... Okay, Bitcoin's at 56,000. That's better than 50,000 where we were 2 days ago because of something that never happened. Anything else spiking? VeChain Thor is up by 4.6. Okay, Monero. Monero's up randomly by 15%. Not sure what that's about. Maybe she's trying to get back in the top 10. BitTorrent token trying to also do something is at up by 4.7%. OKB is up by 4%. All same exact path. Same all following Bitcoin's magnet. Huobi token is up by 4%. Dash is up by 5.8%. We'll see what happens as the day goes on, because we all know the cryptocurrency market makes 0 sense. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all have continued to have, might potentially have at some point later on in the day, a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's amazing. I really hope it's absolutely freaking fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.